It isn't a midlife crisis, it's an identity collapse. Sometimes something inside your life quietly stops working. Not all at once, not loudly, just quietly. Your routine still functions. Your title still holds. Your responsibilities are all still there. But the man who used to fit inside that life doesn't anymore. And here's the mistake that most men make right here. They assume that something is wrong with them. It's not. What's wrong is the identity you've held, the life that you've lived and tried to live inside has changed. So what's wrong is the identity you're still trying to live inside of you isn't who you are anymore. We've all been taught to call it a midlife crisis, but that's lazy. And that's wrong. A crisis suggests panic, impulse, poor decisions. What's actually happening is more precise. It's an identity collapse, an internal structure you built your life on. The roles that drove you, the version of you that carried you to this point, that carried you this far. It has reached its limit. Not because you failed, but because it did its job. So here's the hard truth that most men don't want to hear. Most men try to optimize what needs to be rebuilt. They chase habits, they chase motivation, or they change their habits and they chase motivation. They add productivity tools, they double down on discipline, but you can't optimize an expired identity. That makes it's like reinforcing a building whose foundation is collapsed already. It looks productive, but it's guaranteed to collapse later. It's just shoring up something that needs to be totally rebuilt or replaced. There's a moment when men simply split into two paths. One path is that they ignore the signals, you numb it, you stay busy, you keep performing. But path two is the path that you need to choose. You need to stop pretending. You need to admit that something fundamental no longer fits. And you face the reckoning honesty. Here's the line that you need to understand. It's not collapse. It's not midlife crisis. Collapse is not the end. Drift is. Collapse can be corrected. Drift slowly costs you everything. Your peace, your clarity, your relationships, maybe your job, and eventually your family. So, what do you do right now? Not tomorrow, not next year. You ask one question. What version of me built this life? And who do I need to become to sustain it without losing myself? You're an original. There's only one of you. But you can become a better you. You have to evolve like everything else around you evolves. It's just something that you can't get around. So, if you don't answer that question deliberately, life will answer it for you. And you won't like its methods, not at all. This is why the rebuild process exists. Not to fix broken men, but to correct outdated identities and to rebuild with intention. Because what's within you is greater, but only if you stop forcing it to live inside a structure that it no longer fits. This is Mr. Z Inspires. I hope that this information was helpful, and I look forward to talking to you in the next video. Again, be your best you. Take care.